Leaving all your problems behind it. We pressing on to our victory.
Let's take it down a little bit. Once again, good afternoon to you. Happy New Year to you, wherever you are listening to Kankadi Radio for New Year's Day 2021. Almost at 2020. Have to work on making sure I get that out of my head. It is now a new year, brand new year. And boy, girl, woman, child. Folks, what a year 2020 was. We have so much to remember. We have so much to talk about. But most importantly, we still have today. And life is about today. So let us be grateful, very grateful for being alive today to celebrate in whatever form. Obviously, always remembering there's someone bigger than us in the midst of the happening. So once again, Happy New Year to all of you listening to Kankadi Radio. Thank you to all our supporters, all listeners across the globe for being there. Thank you so much for your support. Must say a special thank you to our Chief Engineer Extraordinaire based there on St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Mr. Montgomery Cupid at Bay Hill News Network and his team there. Thank you, thank you. We could not have been where we are today without you, Monty. Thank you so much. And to the family of stations, Fun City Radio there with Scorpion and his team in New York, New Jersey, and to Mark at Blue, yes, Blue FM. I still have to get it right. Mark, forgive me. And to our friends at Success Radio here, Rosie Mohammed and the team here in Toronto. And of course, to our listeners on Kankadi Radio, the entire team, all the supporters, all the contributors, the correspondents across the globe who have made Kankadi what it is today. Thank you so much. And we sincerely hope you'll continue supporting our efforts here at Kankadi Radio. And must also say a special thank you to our server manager, and the folks behind Carry Hosts. Thank you very much wherever you are, in Paris as well as in Montreal here in Canada. Thank you so much to you, our listeners. We are grateful for all. We're very grateful. Thank you so much. So having put that out of the way, let me say a special good evening to the folks not only on St. Vincent and the Grenadines and here in Canada wherever you're listening, but also on St. Lucie, on St. Lucia. Like we have often said here on Kankadi Radio, we have connections to St. Lucia. Yes, we do. Yes, my grandmother was from Leslie Land there in the Castries area, and a calendar have relatives as well in Dennery. Yeah, the Abbotts have folks, friends and relatives in Soisel, in Vieux-Fort, you name it. Yes. So there's that connection. The Caribbean is one region. The Caribbean people are connected at varying levels, and that is something for us to celebrate indeed. Well, on the line, I think we have our guest. Her name is Shona Attie. I hope I got that right. Good afternoon to you, Shona. Shona.
Hi, good afternoon. It's Shona.
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 Oh, okay. Got that right. Thanks for the correction. Have to make sure.
Yes.
Well, Shona Attie, inspirational speaker, host of a program there on Bay Hill News Network on St. Vincent and the Grenadines with Monty Cupid. Welcome to the studio of Kankadi Radio.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. Although I'm a bit nervous because I've never done something like speaking as far as on Canada radio, so that's something new to me.
Well, listening to you, when I got the links from Monty, listening to you on Facebook and your inspirational pieces, clearly you're on top of your game, so this should not be any different for you. I promise you, this should be like a piece of cake for you.
Okay.
Once again, thank you so much for taking time out from your New Year's Day activities. And I sincerely hope all is well with you and your loved ones. and all the folks there in St. Lucia. Against that background, can you give our listeners on Kankadi Radio, a brief background to Shona Attie? Who's Shona Attie? Talk to us, please.
Okay, so my name is Shona Attie, and I'm originated from Soufrière in St. Lucia, but I reside now in Choiseul. I'm a 30-year-old, and I work at a restaurant. I'm a waitress, Hotel Chocolat, which is in St. Lucia.
Okay.
I'm the oldest out of 4 daughters. I only have sisters, no brothers. So that means, you have to be the backburner. You have to be the strong bone to develop everybody else who is coming after you. So yes, I have a lot on my plate. Imagine that you have 4 siblings growing after you and they're females. You have to come out hard. You have to show them that everything is going to happen some way, somewhat, with faith, and it is possible. Because if you have faith with God and you just have to be that strong person, it will happen. The struggles will come, but you have to show them that it doesn't come all easy, and you just have to, be that steadfoot root to show them that, hey, we could grow for whatever. Yeah, so I lost my dad when I was like 3 months after I was baptized. So that says a lot.
Yes.
Not growing up with that father figure, it is a lot. This is like you're missing out a major part of not having a dad. And yeah, it has been a long process, a long journey to where I am today. And like I've always said, wow, I'm 30. And who even thought I would have been, that strong person that I've become? We've just sometimes just reminiscing on how life has been just growing up with all the environment and different stuff. So yeah.
Shona, I in those introductory remarks, I could see why you do what you do. You are drawing on life experiences, especially, having 3 female siblings without a father figure around. I could only imagine. I'm the 8th of 9 children for my parents, and there were 7 boys and 2 girls. I was the 8th guy. Quite a different story altogether, rough and tumble kind of situation. And in a society where, men, boys are socialized differently to females, it's quite different. So your story, I mean, there's so much there in those few words that you've laid out to us this evening. Wow.
Yes. But the other 3, they do have their dad, but I'm just like the only one without a dad. So yeah, that's, yeah.
Okay, so we can, I could see where all of this drive, that motivation comes from to do what you do. And we'll get into what you do, on Bay Hill News Network and things like that. But just to follow up on your background, you said you're from Soufrière, right?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty much familiar with St. Lucia. I've been there, on several occasions, work related and things like that. And you obviously are aware of what's happening on St. Vincent and the Grenadines with the La Soufrière volcano.
Yeah, the volcano. Yes, I am.
So you're from Soufrière. And if I remember well, that's around the Pitons, the beautiful mountains there in St. Lucia?
Right, exactly.
Okay. So have you had any reports from your folks in Soufrière as regards any sighting of clouds or anything like that, or activity at the La Soufrière volcano? Because in a clear day from Soufrière, you can see St. Vincent and the Grenadines northern point of St. Vincent and the Grenadines quite well, and vice versa. Any reports as from your end?
Well, even in my back door right here in Choiseul, sometimes I will post it on Monty. I will tell him I could see her from afar, but through now, you will see that it's so cloudy. Yes. I will tell him I'm seeing you guys, but not visually. But when it's nice and clear out, you could just see. Even at night times, if there are vehicles driving, I could see it from my balcony. But yeah, I've been reading, but nothing much. But you could see like the output that on some days you will see it so clear. For the past couple of days, it has not been that clear.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, we are so close, we are so connected. St. Lucia, St. Vincent, not only in terms of the
Yeah.
geographic location, but over the years there have been many, activities, lots of movement between St. Vincent
Mm-hmm.
and the Grenadines and St. Lucia. I remember as a kid growing up in the area called Georgetown on St. Vincent and the Grenadines, fishermen coming from St. Lucia with fish and things like that, and there were builders of like furniture builders coming from St. Lucia. They used to use I don't remember the name of the tree, the stuff from the tree, but I remember buying a chair from a St. Lucian who was living in my neck of the woods on St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So the movements have been many. Like I said, my grandmother, well, she left St. Vincent as a young person and came there to
Okay.
work with the Bernards in Castries area in Leslie Land. And well, she got married, to a calendar, and trying to make the connections. I've tried on umpteen occasions to connect with my folks, so that connection is there, And this is great to have you on Concardi Radio here. And
Thank
so Shona, let us know. Based again, you are the oldest of the daughters and all of that. So can you tell us a little bit more? Can
you.
you go into more detail? When I connected with Monty sometime, because as you know, Monty and I are always backing and forthing. And then, I saw you, doing a program there. So I asked him, where's this young lady from? Because I detected that, well, it didn't sound Vincy, right? So he didn't get back to me.
No.
And so
No.
you do a program there on Bay Hill News Network. And, as an inspirational speaker. Tell us a little bit more. How did you get into that? What drove you into that? What sort of led you into wanting to do something like this at this time in your life at 30 years? Shana, I must say that I'm very impressed with what you've been laying out, and you have clearly deep convictions and all of that. But talk to our listeners about this a little bit more. The platform is yours.
Okay. Well, it has been roughly, I'm going to say from maybe 2014 going to 15. So I just sat back and I was like, the world is already drawn with so much negativity, so much all over social media is negativity. Everything you see, it will be pushed out more of the negativity than the positivity. And then I just started growing and just started speaking, where most times I didn't like the camera, and then I just started once. I just took my phone and I started uploading my videos, and I even inputted my little sister at that time. She was roughly in preschool, and
Mm-hmm.
I even had her, speaking, and I even gave her a motto, as she goes to school at that time. And
Mm-hmm.
up to a day like today, she's still following that motto.
Mm-hmm.
I just filled it in her.
Mm-hmm.
And so from there, it started grabbing onto me. And then from 2016, I connected with some friends in Barbados where we did a lot of traveling. And it was just some networking, online networking marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they instilled some more into me. And then, I was like, I was already doing it. So I started pushing it out more
Mm-hmm.
because when you speak, it's like you're speaking out through what you feel. It's like a story. We all face our different stories, but when you speak from what you just speak out your mind. Like I always say, my talks, I do not sit on a daily basis and take a pen and a paper and say I will be jotting out stuff to speak
Mm-hmm.
on something. Every Mondays I do my talk. I do not take a pen and a paper and say I will be talking about self-esteem. No. I just take my phone and I just speak my mind, and I will, before I post, most times I have to say I'm just speaking out. You just speak out what what the world and persons are really going through. Maybe what you have experienced, what has transpired transpired you to be who you are. Somebody else is needing that.
Mm-hmm.
So you just speak forth. So I just took it out, and I just started.
Mm-hmm.
Whilst I was doing it, it wasn't that consistent. Sometimes I will do it maybe 2 days in a month, like 2 Mondays, and people will be at me. So I was like, okay, persons are feeling it. Somebody's getting a message. My inbox will be, where is it? Even Monty sometimes, he's like, where's the Monday talk? But I will be sometimes I will still be doing those little, clips and just highlighting them on my statuses and stuff. And he's going to be like, where I was looking up for that talk. Where is it? Madam, where is you? He is going to be at me, and so many other persons will tell me, where is the talk for the day?
Wonderful.
Well, I was looking up for, so that then on, I just like, okay, I have to start off a page. Okay. I have to do it more often. If I don't, I have to apologize because I know persons are at me. Because I work at a hotel and maybe the shifts that I have is on the Mondays. It's not always, if I don't do it on the Monday, hey, Monty will still be at me. Where is it? I have to do it the next day. It could be that I'm waiting for me to get a bus to go to work. I will have my phone in my hands and recording myself to do that talk because people are at me. So I was so driven, by just knowing that persons are feeling it. Persons are being connected. By the moment somebody is telling you, that video you did, the words that you spoke, you were speaking directly to me. Tell me about that. That is like an emotional touch back for you when somebody is telling you they felt that. Like they needed that. Like you help them in some way to think twice of something. And that for me is enough to just hear. That is just enough. I will always tell them, you don't need to like it. You don't need to do it something, but somebody's feeling it. And that alone is all good for me. That alone is driving me because I know somebody is getting something out of it. And just the positive feedbacks, when I say I am feeling blessed just for that, I know I'm on a mission and I'm seeking it, I'm helping, and I am helping somebody in just doing that. I am touching somebody's life with just words. And that is awesome because you're just literally speaking out and touching somebody with words.
This is wonderful. It's great that folks are responding to you, one of our own. You're talking meat and potato issues that people can understand clearly in a language that people understand. And clearly they're responding positively to you. What are some of the things you have addressed, over the last so many months to which people have been responding? What are some of the topics you have addressed? Or put another way, what are some of the concerns you have been speaking from the heart about over the months, Shona?
Well, honestly, I have always, the thing about me, I'm always down pressed to telling people that they need to learn who they are. If you really do not know who you are and you are so laid back and you are so down pressed on what persons will say about you, that means you do not know who you are. Because the tiny little thing that somebody's going to judge you for is already demotivating you in any way. Hey, you need to wake up because you have not really understand who you are.
Shona, not to cut you, but I love that. It's something that I believe in myself. You don't really allow people to define you. You have to, if you know who you are, people obviously are going to have things to say, but you don't allow people to define you as a person. If you know who you are, if you know what your values are, it will make life easier for you because, by golly, people can say some words can be very, hurtful and damaging. So I'm really happy to hear you saying that. Know who you are and don't really, and I'm adding, don't allow people to define you. Go ahead, sorry.
To define you. Yes. So yeah, this is one of the things I will just totally just understand who you are. Seek that purpose. And whatever words or whatever thing that anybody throws at you, you are not even going to bother about it because, hey, you can talk because I know me. Your words, it will not tarnish me. Your words will not break me because I know my flaws. I know where I am set back on. So with you trying to throw that at me, it's fine. I have accepted who I am, and I know who I am. So don't judge me. It's not all up to you. I'm on my level. I'm doing me because I have accepted me. I know who I am. So who are you now to stand in between me and say who I am when I know who I am?
So, Shona, we are mere mortals on this earth. Where does the Almighty God figure into all of your convictions?
Pardon me?
Where does God figure in all of your convictions and in terms of what you believe and what you speak about? How important is your spirituality in relation to all of this?
Oh, this is one of some persons would even ask me if I'm like some part of the church, because when I speak, I really press on God. I really press on God. I will tell persons, wherever you are in life, if you have no levels with God, if you have no connection with God, if you don't even have faith and you're working through anything in life, you're not nowhere, because nothing is possible without God. You have to have God in something. You have to have him in your decision makings. You have to input him in everything, because if you are at any point in your life and you're trying to gain something in your life, you in success, anything in your life, and there is no input from God, hey, you are not going to excel. It's not going to happen. Even though maybe you're seeing that you're working, but you have no faith, you have no grace, nothing. You have no hope that it could happen. Where are you really standing? You're not standing with faith. You're not standing to know that there is somebody greater than you. You are believing that, hey, I am the one doing this. No, like I always tell persons on the morning, do you think it's your alarm clock waking you up? No. Don't even think that it's your alarm telling you get up. It's the strength and the grace of God telling you it's redo day, get up. It's a day to go harder. I'm not done with you. You have a purpose to seek. Get up. Get up. He's the one telling you to get up. Because even though you're in your bed and that alarm clock is going, and he says you're not getting up, that alarm clock will not move you from the bed and shift you up.
Yes, definitely.
Trust me, it won't.
So in all of this, Shona, we again living in society. We are part and parcel of society, and I would imagine that the many vexing issues that raise their ugly heads from time to time that you come face to face with in St. Lucia, are similar to what other Caribbean territories and the world over, are experiencing daily. So, what are some of the concerns deep down in your gut? What are some of the what are words not allowing others to define you or to be taken aback by that? But what are some of the social issues that are eating away at your young heart, Shona?
The social issues, like, just seeing sometimes the kids, the teens, they're so much abused. They have no there's no love. And when kids are growing up in an environment and there is no love, there is no parental support, nothing. And that's why there is so many all those gang wars in all streets, because where they ought to get love, they're not getting it. So they go find the gang streets, fall in where they feel that they are associated with love. They feel that they're connected because they're getting a different vibration, because they're not getting it at home. They seek that attention from the streets. So what the streets tell them to do, they're getting it. But home is failing them, but they're so pressed. They go out, they're depressed in a way that they're abused. Parents might be physically abusing them, mentally, just all verbally abusing them. They don't feel that connection at home. They don't feel loved at home. They seek it somewhere else, and it's not right. So this again is a major, because if we are losing our youths, what do we have? So they are the generations to come.
Definitely. And you're a young person yourself, and this is amazing. Shona, today's New Year's Day, and around this time, folks make resolutions galore, wanting to change and all of that. And you're being heard globally right now. I'm telling you, you've been heard all over the world. And several of the issues, well, all the issues you're speaking about are global issues, parental problems, societal problems. If you had one message to deliver to our young people or parents, anyone listening to you today, as regards those issues that you have just spoken about, what would that message be?
The message is that we need to have that unity, that love, that understanding, compassionate as one. If you cannot bring that forth, we as a family, we as parents, we are losing our kids. So we need to learn how, to communicate. This is always a key word, and we lack that. This is why so many things are falling and failing. The word communication. It may seem so simple, but it is a word that drives a lot. The lack of communication fails a lot of things. Maybe the child is going through something at home, but mother or daddy is never willing to listen. Parents need to give their kids a listening ear. The same as the kids, if your parent is telling you something is not good, you need to listen and give that listening ear, because lack of communication will bring you nowhere. So this is what exactly I'm saying. If we need change and we need things to happen, we need to learn how to communicate. And this is a major word, communication. It is so steadfast in families. This is what's breaking families, communication. And I will stick to that word because it's really breaking down. We don't want to listen to anybody. Like sometimes, with the generation of now, we're too grown to listen. What you're saying, I know that. But maybe on the level that I'm telling you, you are saying it's that way. I know it. But maybe by just listening to some more to it, it may adjust you with another mindset. But it's like I'm on that way. It's just the word communication.
Folks, friends, you're listening to Shona Attie, inspirational speaker, 30-year-old out of St. Lucia in the Southern Caribbean, speaking her heart out to us today, New Year's Day, a day when traditionally we make resolutions, and she's speaking to us, especially families. Shona, I am very much in touch with the St. Lucian culture. I wanted to folks also listening to a piece by St. Lucia's most outstanding folklorist. Shona, her name is De Maria Sesen. I believe you're from... Yes, Descat, yes. And I think this piece, well, it is all the pieces have been done in Creole. And this speaks to about, yes, as young people, you want to go out and do stuff, but respect your body. Let's take a listen. And when we come back, we'll be speaking with Shona more about the coordinates, how you can get linked with her about the works that she's doing, and also what has been the feedback like on St. Lucia and other places. And yes, people have been tagging you on Facebook. And what are some of the challenges, if any, you've been facing because of what you've been talking about? So Shona, we'll be back with you in 5 minutes, but let's take a listen to De Maria out of St. Lucia, my friends. Yes, the sound of St. Lucia. Tedderson John, Ale, let's go St. Lucia, let's go Caribbean. Yeah. A big piece from 2015 out of St. Lucia, Tedderson John, Ale. And let's go. Yes, we are still with, thank goodness, so grateful to have Shona Attie with us today, New Year's Day here on Kankari Radio. Compliments Bay Hill News Network, Monte Cupid St. Vincent and the Grenadines, our chief engineer there on St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and he is the mastermind technically in so many ways with Scorpion there at Fun City Radio, New York, New Jersey, Mark Glue FM, Success Radio with Rosie Mohammed here in Toronto, and yours truly, Vin Abbott, Vasa Abbott, here at Kankadi Radio in Canada, and of course his own Bay Hill News Network. Good evening to all of you once again. Happy New Year, and we are having a conversation with 30-year-old Shona Attie out of St. Lucia, host of a program there, inspirational speaker on Bay Hill News Network, and she has her own platforms as well. I think Shona is still with us. Shona, are you there? Okay, so yes, she's there with us. Let's make that connection. Here we go. Shona, welcome back.
Thank you.
So, how are you? How are we doing?
I'm doing good.
I love that. Can you say that in Creole for our listeners, especially your folks on St. Lucia? Can you say you're doing good in Creole?
Muy bien.
Muy bien, très bien, très bien. Merci, merci, ma camarade Shona Attie. St. Lucie. Hey, good evening to you, Monty Cupid, there on Bay Hill News Network. Great news, Shona. Bay Hill News Network compliments Monty is carrying this interview with you live on Bay Hill News Network. What do you say about that? I'm sure you have a message, some greeting from Monty there on St. Vincent. You disclosed Monty's, wonderful ways. Yes, he often says to me, radio is instant. Radio is now. Anything can happen now. Breaking news, anything. That's the nature of the brother. I love him so much. Shona, Monty's listening to you. The listeners on Bay Hill News Network, Bay Hill News Network on St. Vincent and the Grenadines, they're listening to you as well. I'm sure you have a greeting for them at this time.
Yes, I just messaged him. I told him, I hope he's not there laughing at me and stuff. So, I messaged him, told him that. But yeah, the support in St. Vincent, it has really, really been awesome. I've made friends and persons following my page from St. Vincent just by doing this. And yeah, I could see that the outcome with the support from St. Vincent is very, very great. I appreciate it. I am grateful for it. And yeah, it feels good to just have the support of St. Vincent and of course Monty pushing it out and stuff. So it's great. It's awesome. It's a blessing. It's great.
So Shona, one of our listeners sent me a question to ask of you.
Okay.
How can your words of inspiration impact on lives? Yes, well, they do in many ways, right? How have you as an individual impacted on the lives of folks in St. Lucia, especially in folks who are going through difficult challenges? Yes, so I'll repeat. How can you as an individual impact the lives of folks in St. Lucia, especially in folks who are going through different challenges? Do you mind addressing that question?
Sure. Honestly, I've had persons, just message me and just say, I need to speak. Can you give me a listening ear? Can you just give me that listening ear? I was like, sure. Would it be that you keep it just between the two of us? I was like, I don't think I'm that person if you come up to me to go back and see. If you call upon me, that means you really need that listening ear. And I have done this to the utmost that I could do. Just giving persons, a response to a question, that maybe is triggering them or something is bothering them. And, they'll tell me, okay, thank you. I think with you just giving me that feedback, I will go that way instead of doing this. And with them coming back to me and tell me, thank you again for giving me that listening ear, that means it helps in some way. And also, like, through all the hard times before school reopened, I took money from off my own pocket, and we were all struggling. I was out of my job for like 5 months, and still I have my sister who's going to school, and that means you still have to provide at home, right?
Yes.
I bought stationaries, all school stationaries, notebooks, everything for at least 3 kids. This is what I could have done. And, we've just when I placed it out, so many persons just saying, can they help? But I could have only have done it for free because that's what I could have done at the time. That's
Mm-hmm.
where I could have reached. This is what God has had the ability to have me to do on that level.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I'm saying right now, this is also something I want to do more, like
Mm-hmm.
to help, to give back,
Mm-hmm.
because me just helping the free, I could have helped, and other persons were still reaching me. Do you still have these supplies?
Mm-hmm.
That can you help another child? But with the hard times and struggles, and that you have your own things to do,
Mm-hmm.
because you might not be financially stable to assist everybody,
Mm-hmm.
but if you just telling somebody, help will come. And then just throughout that time, I have a friend. He's been doing so much. He's a solution, but he lives in New York, and he's been doing so much. So I will reach out to him. What are you doing this for? The disabled or something? And just knowing that I could have assisted free kids, because we knew that everybody's struggling, persons lost their job,
Sure,
and they
sure.
have how many. It, I felt that I did something, and so this is where I even told Monty, I want to do more
Mm-hmm.
to assist others,
Mm-hmm.
because this is my mission: touch lives, to help.
Mm-hmm.
I recently was trying, but with the hotel, I have told my mom I need 2 days of back to back, because I want to go feed the poor,
Mm-hmm.
to go and feed the poor. This is things I say every day on a daily basis that I need to do, because charity stuff,
Mm-hmm.
when you help back, things will open for you. But
Mm-hmm.
if you are so laid back that you have and you don't assist, you ain't going to see the light in what you're doing in life. You have to push back. You have to give back,
Mm-hmm.
because persons are suffering.
Mm-hmm.
We may I always say to persons, we cook at home, and that's sad. And we know that the next door neighbor has maybe 4 kids and do not have a meal. We're free. How could we say that we are Christians and that we are God fearing persons, and we are so small minded to just say,
Mm-hmm.
hey, I am handing you this plate of food, you can give it to the kids at least.
Mm-hmm.
To just see kids on the street side, this is so touching. So this is just things that I've just said I have to. With me
Wow.
just starting to do it, I said I have to pursue it even more. And I
Wow.
just today I was like telling my mom I wanted to do it for New Year's, but I was at work. At least 2 days to just cook and go out. I've told my third sister, she told me, you need to tell me, and I'm going to take that day as well, because we all work in the hotel industry, so
Mm-hmm.
that I could help you to
Mm-hmm.
go deliver.
Mm.
Because I will always tell them we need to give back. People
Shona,
are
yeah,
suffering.
this
We
is
need to
this
give
is
back.
this is amazing, and I love your words there. Touch lives to help, and
Yeah.
not to harm. And have you considered?
Mm-hmm.
Have you considered? I don't know where you are. Have you considered trying to reach out to, say, organizations like the and institutions like the church, or cooperatives and the business community to assist? I don't know if you have the time for that, but have you considered reaching out to others to assist you in your goal, in your dream, in realizing your dream? Because this is so noble what you're doing, and it'll be I'll be disappointed if folks in your community, especially in your area there in the hospitality area, do not support you there on Saint Lucia. Have you tried this? Is this something you're thinking about? Talk to us, please.
Well, honestly, I have not. I
Mm-hmm.
have not, reached out to anybody or of any sort.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I distributed the school supplies, I had persons from abroad who told me you should have, reached out to me, and then the little that we had, we would have sent it. Maybe you could have assisted another kid or something sort.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I have not stretched out to anybody to assist in any way. No.
So you've been doing this alone, along with the support of your immediate family, correct?
Right.
So,
Yes. And some
Shona,
friends. Yeah.
a couple of friends, yeah. So I have two
Hmm.
questions for you, and one, well, one is how did you get connected with Monty? So think about that. This brother is amazing. And secondly, how can folks who are listening reach out to you? What are your coordinates? To let people know how they can reach you and support you in your endeavors. So how did you get connected to Monty Cupid, my good buddy there on St. Vincent and the Grenadines?
I believe it was via Facebook. It was
Aha.
via Facebook, yeah. And with the same talking and different things. And then I was even down into my music as well.
Yes.
And then he, I sent him my music, and then he played it as well. But sometimes when you start things, when other phases in life, it just silence you into emotion to doing something, and then something else comes up with work, and then you have to hit the studio. It was just, but every day he's at me, where's the other music, where is this? He's always at me for the
Mantio.
music.
Well,
He's always at me, when are you
Shona has you
releasing it?
covered. When are you getting the other music? When am I getting Monty?
When I say he's really a true supporter. He will always be at me. If I say that he's not at me, he will always tell me, whatever that I'm trying to pursue, you know, send him the link. He will broadcast it. He will do this. And I'm
Yes.
grateful for that. Just
Yeah.
the simple things are a
Yes.
blessing. And
He's
yeah,
a
it's
he,
mhm.
he's a blessing to all of us, not you alone, Shona. Monty is a blessing, and we are getting close to the end of the time allotted to us. The next question is like how can folks contact you who might want to reach out and help you and support you in all the great work that you're doing there in Saint Lucia? How can folks get in touch with you, Shona?
Well, I'm on Facebook, same name, Shona. My page as well is Shona, SHONA ATTIE. This is where I mainly post all my motivational stuff. My YouTube channel, which I have to do back because I don't know, it just disappeared. I also used to post right there as well. It disappeared. Um, I'm on Instagram, my same name as well, but it's just connected, SHONA ATTIE. This is just where I am basically at the time.
Okay, and Shona, we can go on, on and on talking with you today, and I'm sure today won't be the last. It was the first. It is the first. It won't be the last. Any final word for
Yes.
our listeners this evening on this special in your corner with Shona Attie out of Saint Lucia in the Southern Caribbean? Any final word for our listeners?
Well, I just want to say, we say it's a new year. The numbers have changed. This is what certainly has happened. It has changed from 2020 to 2021. But the strange thing is that it's just like life is continuing. The journey is continuing. But are you willing to set back? Are you willing, to make changes in your life? This is one of the words we are scared of. Changes. Are we willing to adapt to change? I have always said, the year is not totally a must to say, a new me, new resolution. I need to change my attitude. I need to gain something. I need to elevate in some way. I need to rise up. I need to boss up in some way. I need to make something happen for me in my life. The
Mm-hmm.
year, the first year of January, the first day in January is not always that day. You have a day to make a change every day. I reminisce on my life and to say that I need to set time and framing every the time that I was born. You know, every time my birthday hits, it's a time for me to reminisce. I'm
Mm-hmm.
getting older. You are getting older. If your mindset even change it, are you shifting your mindset into another way, or are you still that child at an age of 14? Because to me, if you're growing, that
Mm-hmm.
means your mind is supposed to be elevating.
That's
So you
right.
need to be and thinking some way different because you're not going backward. You need to see yourself in another level. But
Mm-hmm.
like I've always said, yeah, you could give yourself a time frame to gaining things in life, but you must have that patience because in the Bible it says it will tarry. Whatever you ask, it will tarry.
Mm-hmm.
It sure comes that you have to wait. You
Mm-hmm.
ask God. You ask God for what you want. He did say you ask, but it will tarry. You must have that patience because everything in life it has a time frame. Not because that you say you want it to happen by the end of January. It has to. No. How
Mm-hmm.
determined, how hungry are you? How willing are you to work at it?
Mm-hmm.
Because when he sees that you're determined for it, he's gonna make it happen for you. But
Mm-hmm.
if he give it to you at that simple, are you gonna be grateful for it? Are you gonna appreciate it? So he needs you to work for it. He needs to see that you're pushing through for it to give it to you. But are you willing to wait? Are you willing to not doubt God for what is gonna happen for you?
Mm-hmm.
Every day is a day to make a change. Every day is a day to make something happen. If yesterday went on another level for you that you're not pleased, wake up with that positive mindset. Don't wake up on that same negative mindset that it's not going to happen because you are already belittling yourself that you have no greatness with you. But we all have greatness within ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are so doubting yourself, you you are you are already failing yourself. You should be your greatest motivator.
Mm-hmm.
You are your
Yes.
first motivator.
Yes, but
So
no.
I always say just go.
Go ahead, you can continue. Because I was just going to add to
Oh,
that to support what you're saying. It's not by our will, but by His will. And we have ever so often we want things to happen on our terms, not waiting for God to really
yes,
direct us. Yes. So,
yes.
Shona, I did
Hmm.
say that was the last question, but hey, my other phone here is going off the hook. So I am now understanding. I think I did hear a clip from you singing vocals. I understand that you sing as well. You're multi-talented. So the question that have been asked here, the question I've been asked here, when are you going to finish your reggae music, your reggae songs, or your album City? What are you doing? The question that is a question that's been asked of you via Concardi Radio this evening. When are you going to finish your music, or do you have lyrics you can do? Something for us before you leave. When are you going to finish your production? And can you do a little bit for us before you leave this evening? How about that, Shona? Come on.
Oh, well, I'm trying my best. Like I've been heating up, to send me rhythm so that I could work on and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I like I've said,
Mm-hmm.
I I had a cousin of mine. Literally, he passed away, and
Mm-hmm.
he was always at me
Mm-hmm.
because I would have a songbook. I would literally just take the different singer song and stick them up in there, and I would go to his balcony and I would make the most noise. And he was like, "If you're not gonna take that serious," he took the book, but he died. And
Oh,
then it was the
condolence.
time I took it seriously. I wrote my first song and I sung it at his funeral,
Mm-hmm. So
and
can.
he was not even there.
Mm,
Because he was the one telling me, if you're not gonna take it serious, don't
mm-hmm.
come in the balcony, don't come here doing things,
Mm,
and then it was just like bam, he
mm,
passed away, and I literally sat in a little corner, and then I wrote a song and I sung it at his funeral, and I had families telling me, did you write that? Did
mm.
you? But yeah, the person who was at me, I did it for him, and he wasn't even there to literally hear.
Well,
So yeah.
Shona, again, we extend condolence. I know, and this must be driving you. Understand when we lose loved ones, but
Loved
I'm sure
ones, yeah.
folks like Monty and we at Kankadi Radio are eagerly awaiting your music. And just to let folks know, beginning tonight and every Friday night on Bay Hill Newsnet, stepping into the light. And I don't know if you'll be a part of this, but beginning tonight, Friday, and every Friday night, Bay Hill News Network, bayhillnews.net, will be hosting a program called Stepping Into the Light. And for the last hour thereabout, and some We have been shedding some light on so many issues on the heart of Shona Attie out of St. Lucia, inspirational speaker there. And I'm sure we would also, play your music, Shona. So again, are you going to give us a few lines of something before you go on this day? Shona, come on. Shona, come on. Give us a few lines, something to warm our hearts some more. Because you said on your face, you said, I'm a young lady who is bringing out motivational, inspiring words to others. The world is mixed up with 80% negativity, and we barely get positivity. So
Yeah.
I'm on a journey trying to grow in any way possible. And music does a lot for us. Music is a series of modes. Can you drop us a
Yeah.
few lines before you go, Shona? Come on. Monty will be happy at least. Are you up to? Oh, she's laughing at me. Okay, all yours. The stage is yours.
Let's see if I. Mm, mm. Life is not gonna be easy. Life is not gonna come so strange. Everything you get is gonna knock you down. But are you ready?
Mhm.
Are you ready to pick up yourself and move on to another level of movements? Seeking through it with the right movements. God is your way. God will lead you through it.
Oh, yeah.
In everything you're gonna do. Faith is the key to whatever we do. If you lack in faith, it's not gonna happen for you. Are you hearing my sister in the background?
Yeah, I heard when she came in. Very sensitive mic. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful voice, beautiful lyrics. Shona, I don't know how we can thank you enough here on Kankadi Radio. But hey, on behalf of all our listeners, including our listeners on Bay Hill News Network, our listeners here on Kankadi Radio, the world over, thank you so much for sharing with such passion and grit and determination what you believe in. And I know you are touching lives there on St. Lucia, and I know you will continue to do that globally. Touch lives to help and nothing else. I'm going to borrow this, if you don't mind, from you. Touch life to help. Unless you put a couple. Yes.
This is what I'm going to print on one of my T-shirts. Touching lives is the mission.
There you go. Remember, I said Kankadi Radio. Yes. Really want to thank you very much and your family for allowing you the time on New Year's Day. I know it's a big day there on St. Lucie. Thank you very much for sharing. I sincerely, I enjoyed chatting with you and all of that powerful stuff. We wish you all the very best. And remember, I said Kankadi Radio, we are here at your disposal. We are very grateful. And remember, at any time you want to reach out, we'll be here to help you with getting the message across. Once again, Shona, thank you very much. All the best to you. We wish you all the very best for 2021 and beyond. And above everything else, remember, well, apart from God, remember that we are all
in the
and we are children. We are children of the Caribbean. We are one. Take care. Love to the entire family and the St. Lucian community. Continue to do what you do on Bay Hill. I didn't get that. Can you say that again?
Happy New Year from Shona's sisters.
Aha. Monty, we have something going here. Before long, we're going to have, a quartet or something like that coming out. Full force. Shona, Attie, and sisters. Way to go. I love this. It all started here on Kankadi Radio. Love you guys. Enjoy it. Whatever you do, stay safe. Continue to care. We didn't even talk about COVID. Whatever you do, stay safe. Please stay safe. Continue to care. This thing continues to wreak havoc globally, and we are not exempted from it. Stay safe. Continue to care.
Yes, sir. We have to stay safe.
Thank you,
We
Shona.
have to stay safe. Because
Your
if we are
sister,
staying safe, we are staying safe for all our loved ones.
definitely. But before you go, you have siblings, and they came in to sing with you and shout out. So they can take a few seconds to say who they are. Come on. Don't be shy. So we have Shona. Who do we have now? Say hello to our listeners.
This is Shona. Hi.
Shonetta. So we have Shonetta, or Shonette. Okay. Shona, Shonette.
Yes.
Who's next?
I'm Shonaika.
Shanaika. The S's have it. Shanaika. So Shona,
Yes.
Shonette, Shanaika. And who do we have next? The baby of them all.
This is the baby one, Shonaika, but the other one, she's at work.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
should think that she's another Shona as well.
What form? What Shona what?
Pardon?
Shona, she's Shona or what? Shonai, Shona, Shonette, and Shona.
Shona.
Shona as well.
We have Shona, Shonette, and Shonaika.
Wow, all the S's. I love that.
And my mom is Shirley as well.
Saint Lu and all from Saint Lucia.
Yes, we are.
Ah, my friends, happy rest of the New Year's Day and all the very best for the year and beyond. Thank you. All the very best to you. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye now. Well, friends, you were listening to an exclusive there with Shona Attie, and at the very end, two siblings. She's the oldest of four sisters there on St. Lucia, and Shona, a young lady, 30 years, bringing out motivational, inspirational words to others. The world is mixed up according to Shona, 80% negativity, and we barely get positivity. So Shona is on a journey trying to grow in any way possible, and she's growing with you, with Monty there at Bay Hill News Network. Thank you, Monty, for making this possible. Monty there, our affiliate there on St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Thank you so much, folks. We sincerely hope you enjoyed this exclusive with Shona Attie out of St. Lucia in the Southern Caribbean.